Do your thing. How you been though? Hi, we y'all back. We y'all back.
Peace,
We y'all back. How are you doing, sis?
pieces. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Just readjusting, honey. Readjusting.
I wanted to, when I decided to do this, I wanted to make sure you were one of the people that I brought on because in my head, you are one of the people that's in my on my team in my head of
That's
life.
right.
So,
That's
and
right.
you have been, and we just know each other off of Facebook, but you've been one of those people that have always lived out loud. And I've always loved that about you. You come to a conclusion, you try something and you say, oh, listen, let's see if this works. I think if I put this and this together, let's see if this works. And
Mhm.
you just share that with the world. You live out loud. Sometimes stuff is like to the moon, and sometimes it don't work. And I think that is this journey we on. We have to become our own scientists,
That's right.
and you do that. And I think you played a huge role also in reminding me, hey, get up, ain't nobody coming to help you, get up. So I appreciate that. I wanted to make sure I brought you on and you can share your story and talk to the people.
Yes. So first thing first is I'm so grateful to you, sis, for
Thank
just
you.
supporting my warped mind. That's what my grandma said, and I said I'm gonna take it from her. Okay, and so I do get how it's a difficult road to being yourself and being comfortable being in your own skin and knowing that this is just a game. Like life is just it's like a simulation, but we are in control of it. And
Mhm.
you gave me my topic today for accountability because that when I tell you and I tell everybody that is the key to how I'm able to do exactly what I want to do because I'm accountable for everything. I'm going to run the numbers. I'm going to check the possibilities. I'm going to peep the probabilities. You feel me? And I want to share that it's a Bible verse that gave me that inspiration to pretty much do what I want and just make sure that I feel I'm gonna say good about what I'm doing or make sure that I feel at peace with whatever effects come with me, fucking around to find out. Okay. So that Bible verse was Isaiah 45:7. Okay.
We just talked about that.
Hmm. Look, and how I know. So, uh, where he says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create calamity. I, the Lord, do all these things. Right. So, to me, that's a declaration from God of his sovereignty. Right. So, I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, cool, God. Thank you. Praise your Lord. So, if we your children, right, that means
That
it's
same
in
benefit.
our, okay, that means it's in our because we children, it's in our design to
Yep.
bend reality to our will. So
Mhm.
to me it's like, okay, so what's the mechanism of that? How do I bend reality to my will? And where it's hidden in allegory, the methods are hidden in allegory or held passed from mouth to ear from these private organizations. You get what I'm saying? And so the people are not actively taught about uh hijacking their own mind in a
Mhm.
sense where they are we are as a people observing what we're thinking and how those thoughts connect with how we feel, and how we feel connects to how we act, and how we act connects to what we think, and how it goes in a cycle like that. And that's why a lot of accountability is not being had. And I'm not going to just say by women, by men, by everybody, because
Mm,
it, to me, it's not too many people that is focusing on the core of the issue, of the division between people, country, state. If the point is to come all together, everybody has to do their own accounting, right? Everybody has to come
absolutely.
already knowing themselves, and they moves. It's like, it's okay if you get angry because you don't know, because that's me. I get frustrated when it's confusion, instant frustration. I'm like, I'm not dealing with this bullshit,
Yeah,
and but
you
I
got to
have to,
figure it out.
yeah, and I have to be accountable for that, because I can't just get frustrated and snap out, or frustrated and take actions impulsively that lead me down a certain path, of effects, so
Absolutely.
yeah. And it's like a lot of people be like, oh, I don't know how I got here. I don't know, what, I don't know why it's like this, or why I'm like this. But it's like, why don't you know why you're like this? Are you not listening to what you're thinking about all the time, every day? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, people only pay attention to themselves sometimes, but it's not all the times. And to me, that goes deep into how your parents treated you and how you grew up, trauma, But at the end of the day, attention is a need, and you got to pay that to yourself first.
Absolutely. That's
Mhm.
girl. Key. You
Yeah.
first. You have to be the benefitter of all of your gifts and talents and knowledge. You got to give it to yourself first.
Yeah,
So
because
absolutely.
Yeah, because you give it to others and they're going to use it for their benefit, not for your benefit. And it's like, why are we programmed not to do for our best benefit? Why are
Mm,
we, and mostly women, I'm going to say, because the men, they have their problems too, but it's more self-imposed for them than society imposed for us, of our role and what we supposed to be and how we supposed to act as women, mothers, whatever title,
mm-hmm.
words choose to put on us, but at the end of the day, we all have a choice, of what type of person we want to be. You know what I mean? So, that's where that accountability becomes key. And the levels of accountability, it's not just, oh, I was talking to somebody the other day about an apology, right? Because we think, oh, I'm sorry, that's taking accountability, or oh, well, I apologize that you feel that way. But that's not really an apology. You know what I'm saying? An apology is like, okay, I see how I did this. I see how it impacted you. What steps can we take for change? That's an apology. That's taking accountability, not
Yeah.
repeating what the person said back to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You lack understanding of the root of the issue. Yeah.
Right. The what everybody says, it's the principle, but principle, accountability, that all sound like financial words to me. Paying attention, your emotional banks. It's like we gotta you see how it's all connected to the financial literacy, the emotional literacy, the literacy period, so it's like we gotta start learning how to be accountable. You get what I'm saying? In a way that's, like you said, beneficial to ourselves and those around us, because we know that people around you are going to naturally reflect you, especially if they're not aware. And I think that's another point with accountability, that people need to see if you are the center. of attention. You get what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? You need to see and recognize if everyone follows after what you do. If you everybody's following you, then you have a inherent a divine responsibility, if you will, to manage that, and it's a and to me it's a ethical thing, a moral thing. It's like, okay, if I know that I'm her, then I must conduct myself in a way that
That's
I
it.
would not mind being seen reflected back to me,
That's
and
it.
so yeah, and that's it just all boils down to the golden rule that everybody seems to skip over, when it comes to their feelings being hurt, or, oh, I didn't get my way. It's like, treat people how you want to be treated. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
not treating people in every way, even in your mind, how you want to be treated, then you're going to get that reflected back to you, whether you understand that's what it is or not, you know and so that's just my in-depth look on it, on awareness and being mindful as a child of God of what abilities you have, you know and I think
Yeah.
people take that being a child of God lightly. You hear me? People do not take it serious. People be like, oh, whatever. And it's like, you're not even looking to harness the energy that the creator gave you, whatever creator you decide it is, whether it's your mama, some imaginary person, the elements, the Jesus, Satan, whoever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, are you
Utilize
utilizing?
what your mama gave you.
Okay.
Utilize what's in
Oh,
you. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
I think for me, Psalms 82 was the verse for me that kind of opened up my eyes to that responsibility that we have. And that's the verse where God talks about, I told you you were God's. But when you look at the entire verse,
Mm-hmm.
it's like you on trial. Like, okay, because you're not in position, your enemy is running haphazard all
Mm-hmm.
in your world. You should be ruling the world. They should be under your control. But because
Exactly.
you refuse to believe who I've told you that you are, like that
Mm,
whole story to me, I'm like, oh, we have
yeah,
missed, we've really missed the intention that God had for us.
that's right. As stewards over the planet,
Mm-hmm.
not consumers, but
Mm-hmm.
earth stewards and 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 trustees, really, over over this vast estate. Okay. And we begged for a ruler, instead of ruling ourselves. We asked God for a king, to come in and take over our stewardship. And I'm like, I don't understand what the point of that was, you know
That's even a story that I feel like is looked over. Like,
mm,
I'm gonna give you a king. This ain't what I have for you, but I'm gonna give you a king. But that king gonna screw you. He's not gonna do right by you
be
because
careful what you ask for.
I'm gonna give you what you asked for. But the reality is, me and you should be leading you, not somebody else outside of you.
Hmm.
And I feel like, yeah, it's a lot of stuff that has just went over our heads when we read that book. And I also think that is just that's the job of religion, right? Religion is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing, keeping its foot on your neck, keeping you
Hmm.
out of the position of you being what God called you to be. And that is another God, a
Hmm.
ruler here in this earth. And when just, I don't want to put confusion out to the people that listen to this, not that we are the creator of all of this,
Right,
but we are
co-creation.
the conductor. We're the
Mm.
conductor of that God energy that is inside of us. And when you miss
Hmm.
that, you wasting your whole life. You
Hmm.
are wasting your entire life when you don't walk in what God has called you to be. with the gift that he's giving you. You got a whole we worrying about $1 million. You got $1 million right here inside of you, and you have not figured out how to tap into it yet. Come.
Everything over here, I was trying.
No, come. You want the chair?
Oh my God, she's awesome.
Come. This is my friend Nomi. She's out here in Ghana with me.
How you
Okay. Peace. I can't see you, but
about what
hey.
y'all talking about. First of all, I don't know you, but
They can't see you in the camera. Come closer.
I don't know you, but I'm listening to you. Where's my face? I don't know.
There
This
you
camera's
go.
set up. But
There you go.
Nose. And it's also activated me because some of the things I feel like we all have a portion or a word that we need to strengthen because the whole world is waiting for the manifestation of us to take the rightful place, right? And one thing I was realizing, even the concept of religion is set into place because we did create that. We created it because we are being lazy. So to whom much is given, much is required. And because we want to take the easy route out, we allow ourselves to have slave masters.
Mm-hmm.
We allow ourselves to have slave masters because we're refusing to do the work. And the work is necessary because it's transformative. It's not easy, it's hard. You know what I'm saying to you? But it's all about discipline. That's why I don't identify with I'm a Christian, I'm a this, I'm a that. Because I feel like when you said go and make disciples, the root word of that is discipline. And the reality is, whether it's creating your own business or choosing to live in sovereignty, that's why we see what's happening with the food and all this other stuff. It's because we have given the keys of things that we are responsible for to an enemy, right? And the enemy is still there serving us because they're not going to do well by us, and God is still going to use that to help us come back to ourselves. And when you use that scripture saying, like he said, look, y'all don't want me. Y'all don't want me. So when we even talk about a quote unquote adversary, we have to even own and be accountable that they're only an adversary because we allowed it. That happened on our watch. Because
exactly.
of us refusing to be disciplined. What is it going to cost you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? So I'm going to hear my business, but then y'all was getting real. I want some of that. So
that's right. You on point. You on point.
I love y'all are doing this.
Yes. Now one lie told.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
She
And
came and dropped the gem.
Girl. Yes. I mean, whew, that's a lot all by itself right there. That's a lot by itself. We've given our responsibility. And when you brought up the fact that our enemy is feeding us, and I said, even when I was looking at the stuff that was happening in the States, they took away the stamps and stuff, and then he said, okay, I'm gonna give y'all $2,000. I said, that is some pimp stuff right there. They beat you, and then
no
I was like, and we have to take our power back. We have to. I ain't gonna say we have to. I am, and y'all can do. You
do what you want to do. Hello.
If you want to keep allowing your enemy to feed you, by all means.
And it just makes no sense, especially because I'm ex-military. Yeah, especially being ex-military, it's like I see the tactics, I see how they control everything. And like sis said, we gave our authority. We wanted to be lazy. I call it comfortable and complacent. This is just so much labor and toil and it's like, yo, we got all the gems on how to manage our bodies. We got told in the beginning what the law was. Whether you want to get in detail of what exactly to eat, we see that what you eat and what you consume and what you absorb matters with your system. you know,
Yeah.
and it's like we don't want to be responsible for ourselves. We ready for the Savior. Lord Jesus said he gonna come back. I'm gonna just sit here till he get back, Lord.
Mhm.
And it's like, no, it's the revolution is not televised because it's all in our minds. It's a
Mhm.
mental revolution. And if you ain't caught that light, like, hey, I need to, something's amiss. I need to do something, then it just ain't for you. You know, your wave ain't hit yet. And that's one thing I've been coming to accept and be accountable for with myself is that I've been working on not complaining, or you know, and by complaining I mean talking shit about people for being stupid, you know. And so and because I know me, it's like I don't know if you're playing dumb or if you're just actually, you know, and that's like I don't want to be one of those people that's like, oh well, if you're not educated, but it's like common sense or critical thinking. It's like we need that active, you know, and maybe everybody's critical thinking comes in waves, you know, and levels, because there's just so much to absorb. But at the end of the day, it's like not everyone was called to be a leader. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Not everyone was, even though there's many. And then, like they say, only fewer choose to develop that understanding that you get, or to cultivate that knowing that you have. Not everybody's going to do that. Not everybody wants to do that. You feel what I'm saying? And so it's like, I've been doing my best, right, to shift my focus over
Yeah.
to standing on my 7 shades of wisdom. Like I said, it's seekers, wanderers, the dead, the sleep, the imposters, and the wise, you know. And I'm skipping somebody, but I know for me, it's like I'm not looking to wake up no sleep people. If you sleep, stay sleep. I'm not waking no sleepwalkers. I'm passing up the dead. I'm shunning the imposters. If you don't want to know and you're scared to know, you a slave. I'm not freeing no slaves. You feel me? But people who are already seeking, they don't know, but they want to know, and they got an open mind to be directed and guided, you know, and they have a hunger to learn. I fuck with you. And sometimes, you know, people that don't know what they should know. But what I'm seeing with that you know me, I'm gonna take it to the max. My Capricorn, it'd be like just take it there. So it's like I'm like the wanderers. The wanderer, my baby walked in it though. But the wanderers, they a little manipulative, right? The wanderers are the people who don't know what they should know. And in that category of people, okay, you don't know what you should know, but when somebody presents you with something new or something, you know, something different, that cognitive distortion kicks in and they want to fight the new knowledge. And it's like, nah, I can't really, I don't have the willpower nor the desire to go back and forth when I'm not telling you what to do. I'm showing you new perspective. And I believe that complacency and that laziness is up here. You get what I'm saying? It's mental laziness. People, I don't want to think too hard on that. I don't want to think too deep on that. I don't want to read that and make my head hurt. I don't want, you get what I'm saying? And we so used to that popcorn results, that dopamine hit, that quick release. You know, it's like, yeah, and but we don't see how that quick release, how that dopamine flood like that, it transforms our nervous system. You get what I'm saying? It changes hormonal patterns, your circadian rhythm, and people don't see that being thrown off from your not your connection, like we said, we a conduit of God or the universe or whatever you want to call it. If we are conduits of that, that vessel has to be, the channels within your vessel must be clear. And if it starts with energy, then your senses is what create the energy inside you. You know, your eyes don't see pictures, it see light. Your nose don't smell smells, it's vibration and particles. Your mouth don't make sound. You know what I'm saying? The shape of your tongue and throat, the sound come out and makes a noise with the help of your mouth. Your ears don't absorb sound, it's vibration. So it's all energy first. And I believe that mental laziness has cut us off from the natural flow of God speaking to you and directing you and guiding you. And like they say, the lower gods, right, which is the devil, that's what has controlled those impulses, you know, those urges. You feel me? Those animalistic urges, you know. And when we human, we supposed to have a higher mind, a higher nature. So we supposed to be thinking up here. We not supposed to be thinking down here. The lowest you supposed to go is right here. You get what I'm saying? When it comes to interpreting and being guided by, you supposed to be guided from this up here. A lot of us are guided from the chest down, from the
lower nature. Yeah,
that's right. You know, so we allowed our lower nature to be perverted instead of enforced and uplifted and evolved. You get what I'm saying? And that's what I believe was the first sin, and the, you know, eating the apple, abuse of the knowledge of lower nature. You get what I'm saying? Is, to me, what the problem is, where the core of the issue comes in, you know. And yes, the environment and how we have allowed the man to put media and whatever, yeah, that's cool. However, it's like, what inside of us accepted that in? You feel what I'm saying? Okay.
The wounded side. It was wound. It was like the wounded side of us, right? The inability, like, it's the continuing while I'm injured. So the concept of retreat was created for war. So like when you're on the battlefield, because this is a war, and they say retreat, retreat, there was a space that was designated for you to go to heal yourself so that you can go back on the battlefield. And so part of the conditioning was to still work while you are wounded. Do you see what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, no time for rest and restoration.
And we don't, part of accountability, like, before I can be accountable to you, I got to be accountable to myself, right? So it's like, I have to be like, that's how I got to Ghana, right? I had to be on the battlefield to say, you know what? I can't win like this. I'm wounded. And I had to be willing. And so the process of being willing, right? What it looked like in my life is that for several months, I looked like a horrible mother because I was coming to Africa at first for retreat. I was finding retreat spaces in America, but I was having such a hard time retreating in that same environment that inflict wounds on me. So I had to go into another environment that was going to foster something different, right? So I found that to be through a dream. God told me to come to Ghana. But in that, this illusion of a hero or quote unquote a good person or a good Christian had to be dissolved. I looked like a bad mom because I left my children for months. I left them for months because when I first came here, it was like 30 days and the Lord sent me back. I thought I was going to be here for 4 months. And every time it was time for me to leave, God kept saying, extend, extend, extend. And I extended my trip 3 times, which led me here 8 months. Women won't allow themselves to be away from their kids like that. Surely they didn't die. They're alive and well today. Exactly. But the societal norms keep us in. So it's these loops that keeps happening where it keeps us in this system that is messed up. And so in order to come out of it, you have to be willing to unsubscribe to it all. I had to literally unsubscribe. And I'm gonna tell you, so I'm in a new marital situation, right? But I'm also divorced. Like I had a divorce already, right? And so my mother-in-law is very, very active in my children's life. Like she is the like MVP for grandparenting. Loves me. She would never really be accountable for the way her son dropped the ball for his children and his wife, right? But she helped me to a higher accord, right? So when I left and I kept extending, she was quick to tell me how I was a bad mother. And it hurt me because I love this woman. Like me and her had like a Naomi type of, I was like, I'm gonna go to the end with this. So I had to be willing to now go from being a hero in people's life to being a villain. When I chose to take retreat for myself, then I began to look like a villain to people. I abandoned my kids to people. Like I did all this stuff. So when you're going through the process of detaching, it looks like that. And you got to be willing to take those afflictions on and not be like, oh, let me over explain what's going on. I literally couldn't tell you what was happening. I was out now. I can say that I was designated to go on retreat. But at the time, and I'm going to tell you, I have a beautiful relationship with the word where when I grab the Bible, it's like I'll either hear the scriptures inside of me or I'll literally open it up and it'll be a rhema word. So she had implanted seeds inside of me around abandoning my children, right? That I begin to digest like, oh, I knew I was healing, but I was like, oh my God, I'm a bad mother. I started to receive those things, right? Long story short, don't you know when I open that Bible, it says, if you're not willing to leave mother, father, sister, brother, children for the kingdom of heaven, then you're not worthy of it. So I started giving myself permission. The kingdom, like the current world and state that we live in now, is completely opposite from the kingdom. So the reason why people are staying in the loops, a lot of times is like they're not sure of what it's going to cost them. They're not ready necessarily to play the role of the villain because this whole indoctrination is about being a good Christian. That's why Jesus himself said, why do you call me good? Because he wasn't trying to be good. Like he was like, listen, the great I am means I will be who I have to be in the moment that I have to be. And that is the disconnect. And that's why I talk about the darker side of life. Everyone talks about light, and that's beautiful. But there are times you have to show darkness to free your period. Harriet Tubman had a shotgun. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, ma'am.
These are the sides of us that we don't feed. And when we don't feed them, they become perverted. And when they become perverted, they begin to take over because they're living inside of us and they're asking for attention. So as a woman, I ain't never been a woman that talked negative about my masculine side. Never. Because my masculine side will protect my femininity. If you don't want to see my femininity, I mean, if you don't want to see my masculinity, then listen, my masculinity protects me. When I'm operating in business, it's my masculine energy that's doing that. And that's why in the word it says, he who finds a wife obtains, favor from God. Because a wife is someone who's already married. So when I marry my femininity and my masculinity, then nigga, you're going to get the favor because I'm operating in the fullness of who I am. I'm going to love you and correct you because I'm your high priestess. I'm going to do that. You understand what I'm saying to you? So a lot of times, the reason, that's why I say one man plant, another man water, but it's God that brings forth the increase. Sometimes it's not necessarily us. You feel me? That because this is so beautiful. I was like, why can't these niggas get it? So when you was talking, I felt you, right? But the reality is that I believe in reincarnation. That's the thing. And I believe that reincarnation is also an opportunity to help you ascend, because if you ain't get it right the last time, grace and mercy endure forever, right? So there's no seed, sis, that you've planted in this life that hasn't been felt. If it doesn't get expressed in their life, maybe like another time that they come around, that's why I say no one knows the day or the hour of Christ's return. Because and that's something that we cannot control, because we're working through generations of people who never took rest. And that's
That
in
part.
your DNA. You see that come up in my DNA, and I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? Excuse my mouth. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
But I'm
Mhm.
passionate about that. And then I found out later, like, you had a great, great, great auntie, grandma, cousin who was struggling with that. And what I offer in my discipline is I'm working that out for her now. Oh, wow. I thought I was only working on my own soul salvation. It's through the generations that God is making us perfect. There are things even in your life that you're stumbling on, that your offspring, like my daughter, she don't have the same hangups I got.
Because of the work you
She
done.
don't. So because I love community, the greatest thing I learned in retreat space, right, is that if I want my mom to heal, if I want my brother to heal, if I want my lineage to heal, I have to heal, and then that energy is made available to them. I didn't know that. They didn't teach that. So I don't actually have to go around and teach nobody. That's actually not my job, and it's actually trespassing, because in Galatians it say, don't be knocking on nobody's door telling them about me, because I've already written it in their hearts. I'm not going to tell you nothing about no God, but your ability to strengthen it, like me, like the work you put in, like me, like if I did this jiggle thing with my arms, you can see it kind of hanging, da da da. That lets you know I didn't make no investments there. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, right?
Mhm.
So our
Mhm.
lifestyle is constantly a reflection of where we're making the investment.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
And
guess what? That's neither good
girl,
or bad.
I'm
It's
sorry,
Exactly.
neither
you
good.
just said a word
That's a word right there, right?
It's
right
neither
there.
good or bad. It just
Ooh.
is what it is. Do you
Okay.
understand what I'm saying to you? Yeah. And I'm gonna
Yes.
tell you why this is important, because I spent a lot of my years mad about people who couldn't get it until I realized that I was one of the people who wasn't getting it, because I was so focused on other people that I neglected
Exactly.
myself, because it was easy to tell people about things that I invested in instead of exploring the things that I didn't invest in.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I love Kim. Kim is the one that then now talking to you. It's like, you guys are calling me out. She was talking about that. Why would you hide your light? And I was like, shut up, ho. Like, but the reason why is because in the life that I gave up, right? I was so fixated in helping other people that I then created a fear in myself that I'm fearful at times to help others, because I don't want to get back into that cycle of thinking that it's about other people when it's really about my own ascension.
That's
This is
right.
about me. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying to you? And
Mm-hmm.
because I don't fully, I'm keeping it real with you, I don't fully trust my development, right? That I'm telling
Mm-hmm.
myself that I'm not ready. But then I'm hearing y'all, and this is y'all killing it. I'm like, oh man, this is my kind of time. And I'm like, actually, I do need to be doing this thing. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
you understand what I'm saying? But you
Mm-hmm.
said something, and I wish the value of what you said when I say I'm in Ghana and I'm standing on top of gold right now. What you said is the revelation that God has given me, that everything you do has to be in harmony. If not, it becomes perverted or whatever. Niceness and good Christians is also a perversion. I'm telling
Exactly.
too
People
much good
pleasing.
things, I swear to you. Because
Yeah.
there's so many good Christians right now, our world is in shambles. Because in Ghana,
Good Christian.
something go down in Ghana, you don't see the police, the community members, they govern themselves. You
Accordingly. Exactly.
The only time a
Exactly.
man was ever able to do anything to me that he should not was was without the presence of my uncles or my father. None
Mm-hmm.
of this
Exactly.
ever happened on the watch. When my uncles moved and my father wasn't in the picture, then the men can do whatever they wanted to do. Do you hear what I'm
Hmm.
saying to you?
Yeah.
So you got to keep the check and balances together, or
That's right.
love will turn into lust. The ability to want to eat will turn into greed. You see what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
That's the thing, keeping everything in its proper spaces. You see what I mean?
That's right. You absolutely right.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things that I promote is living a full life, not
Yes.
just a life full of positive, only positive. No, get mad, rage, scream, cry,
That's
holler,
right.
slap somebody mama sometimes. I'm with that
No,
shit
rage is
because
sacred.
sometimes
Right.
people need their asses beat.
Rage.
Period. I got the felonies to prove it, child. So
Yeah.
I be like, what's up? If you know who you are, right? And you know what you here to do. I'm big Saturn energy, Capricorn, Sun, Stellium. Karma is my middle name. And you know, I be asking God to use me to dish people shit out. Lord, take my right hand and I slap the shit out of right for you, Lord. You know, but somebody got to do it. You know,
Listen, it's sacred. It's so important. It is so sacred to do that. I'm telling you. These little boys in my old neighborhood tripping because the OGs are locked up. My uncles would have bust all their chops. You hear me? It would not be the crime that you see today. You know, kids not being able to be chastised at home and all that nonsense. Come on, man. They know what they're doing.
And let me tell you,
sis, because they ain't got that over here.
Okay, and I get it. And see, one thing that I love is that I'm living proof that you can be anywhere and I don't deal with the same police that regular niggas deal with. Let me tell you, I was just in jail, right, pregnant for a probation, but I caught a new felony charge while on felony probation. Okay. And I'm here to talk to y'all right now. Now, how many people you know violated probation with a whole nother felony and not sitting in jail for some years?
Right.
You feel me? And every time I go to the courtroom, who be in there? Me and them. They don't never have nobody in there when I'm going to court. It's always something that happens. I was supposed to be on an ankle monitor, paying this, paying that. I got out of jail. They ain't put me on no ankle monitor. Their probation put me on non-report. I done missed court and came back. They could have took me to jail because I missed court, but they went ahead and let me see the judge the next day, the day after that, and they just gave me a whole bunch of probation for beating a nigga in his sleep. Right. And now it wasn't for no reason, right? But they don't care about the reason, and I'm not gonna get into the reason because I've taken the accountability, taking the charge, and y'all done charged me already for me saying I tased his ass in his sleep and beat him with a wine bottle because of some inappropriate shit that happened with my child. And so I beat his ass and left him with his other son to show him grace and mercy and give you another chance to do better, redeem yourself, nigga. So I feel like, you know, when it comes to everybody,
I love gangster.
You cannot fuck with me or my children and think something's gonna good. My mama was messing with a man who I found out in October was putting his hands on my children. And do you know by the end of November, December, that man was dead? Who?
It's a real thing.
You don't. That's why I be like, you know what? If people on that violence, y'all on that bullshit, that maybe that's your thing to do. Because I know from the proof of my life and my violence and my anger and the way that I express it, because one thing about it, you can't just be like, oh, you a bitch and I'ma slap you. No, it takes a build up. It takes prayer. It takes me going through all the scenarios. It takes me, you feel me? It's a process before it gets to a certain level. And that's awareness. I understand when I'm instantly triggered, and I'm going to say, if you ask any man who know me, if they willing to tell you, and I'd be like, fuck that bitch. Okay, they'll let you know. I'm going to talk first. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to seek to resolve this amicably, equitably, if you will, because I understand that you are a human being and you have big feelings and you may not talk good. So
Mhm.
Big Mama know how to sit you down and talk to you and get it out of you.
Yeah.
But see, when the defenses come because you don't like it don't have to be a tone. It don't have to be. I could whisper. So now, why would you do that? And a man can get defensive. What you mean? And all I did, and all it. You get what I'm saying? So it's
I
like,
do.
so my thing is, number one, how many kills God got in the Bible? 2,483,064 to the devil 10, right? Who he had to even get permission from. So I'm on the devil end, like, hey, I take their ass out now, but you just gotta let me know that this is what I'm supposed to do. And to me, that's righteous because somebody has to balance the scales. I took the initiative for myself. I said, you know what? If I'm an angry bitch, I'm going to be angry, but I'm going to put it towards the right shit. I'm going to use my divine rage to bring justice when the law ain't going to bring no justice. When
that's right.
The men in the neighborhood don't care that Keisha down the street getting her ass beat because she got a smart mouth, you know, or the emotional abuse and verbal abuse that happens behind closed doors between women and men, and you can't go tell the police, oh, he called me a bitch. You know, you can't go to the police and be like, oh, well, he's exhibiting passive aggressive behaviors towards me. You can't go to the police and say that, you know. So at some point in time, if you value yourself and your boundaries and your autonomy, you have to let motherfuckers know, baby, listen, it ain't but so many times you could play with a motherfucker and think somebody not gonna beat your ass. Our parents used to tell us all the time, all right, you're gonna find the right one, and you're gonna find the right one. So
and those people, you have been in this house, like we talked about that earlier, and I was telling Kim, I was like, listen, it's one thing to talk about knowing who you are. I said it's another thing to know what you are. So I am clairvoyant and clairaudient, so I can see, I can hear. And I would see these images of energetic pools. Like when you talk about God being, able to omniscient, like being able to see everything. How do you think he's doing that? So these CT cameras that's out here, some of us are universally a CT camera. And I appreciate your testimony because, especially when you was talking about people not being here anymore, like unalive, I have a lot of that testimony. You understand? Around, like you said, me praying and even asking God for forgiveness on them because I could see it before it happened. I'm like, yo, bro, gonna keep moving like this, and it's about to be a wrap. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
And one thing I learned about, I tell people all the time, I'm a very dangerous person to be around. I tell people, my love life is dangerous. And what I've noticed, right, is that a person, people have conversations with the Most High all the time, right? So what I learned about what I am, not who, but what I am, is that if a person keeps stealing from someone, right? And then maybe God taps on their door and be like, yo, why you stealing, or whatever the case is. They have this conversation with God. They don't even know me. I haven't even came into their frequency yet, right? And they might say something like, God, I steal because I don't have the resources, or some nonsense, right? Then they'll meet me. I come in their life and I bring abundant resources because that's also a part of my frequency, right? And then you still steal. You got an option. You can still steal, or you can turn from your wicked ways, right? You got options, right? And so what I've noticed is that the people who now I come and eliminate your excuse, that's what I am. No excuse is necessary when I come into space.
Period.
And you continue, then not only will you pay for what you do for me, but you will pay what you did to everybody who came before me. I've seen it several times. But if you change your way because you're like, actually, I don't need to steal no more because now I'm just going to be a good steward over this abundant resource that you just gave me to do the things that I need to do. Those things are now forgiven from you. I've seen it. That anointing is on my life, my mother's life, all my daughter's life. Like we've seen people, like it's so many people that's not here by messing with us. And it used to scare me. It used to scare me because I was like, I wasn't taught about this. You understand? I'm the one in my family that's teaching it now. And I was like, is something going on with us? I thought it was a curse and all these kind of weird things because there was no teaching around that. Then God, in my retreat space, coming to, Ghana, being able to hear without any distractions because I didn't live here, began to help me understand how they utilize me spiritually. And that all the things that I thought was a curse was like, actually, we set you up. We programmed you to be exactly like that. And I began to accept it. What an honor. What an honor to be a vessel used in that particular way. But then I learned the responsibility that I have is now I tell everybody that from the gate. Like we gotta have a whole debrief around if you want to be in relationship with me. And I'm not only talking about romantically, I'm talking about all kinds of stuff. Because any type of relationship. And then I started realizing too, because I used to always be like, heal the world, I'm for everyone, that kind of stuff. But it's not good spiritual hygiene because someone who is not developed enough to have the capacity to deal with what I've seen people systems glitch. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to stay away from you because I'm the high priest in this space. And I know you don't have the capacity to hold my oil. So I'm not even going to set you up for failure. I will dodge you. I will make sure we don't until spirit be like, okay, they ready. And it's to save your life. It's to save your life. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what you talking, I'm like, sister. And also, you brought in the energies. I got a Capricorn rising, sis. I'm born on Saturday. That's Saturn. My moon is in Aquarius. So I got a whole lot.
My moon is Aquarius too. Yeah, and people sleep on that Saturn energy, but that's what's needed. Snatch your ass up.
Yep. It's sacred. You know, there's scriptures in the Bible too. Remember when he told that nigga, he was like, go and wipe out everything. Don't leave nothing. You know, kill the babies, kill the ladies. It don't matter. Like, take everything out of it. And then he's like, well, they had these flat screen TVs and I saved a couple lives. And the prophet himself had to, he's like, nigga, what you do? And that's why I tell people, like, most of my favorite scriptures is gangster. Like, when they talk about don't allow your compassion to have you sin against God. Like, in the Bible, they got whole priests cutting niggas' throats. I like
that. Exactly. I love the idea of wrath and smiting. My name is Odessa, and that means a wrathful traveler. So it's like, when we say that, knowing who we are, my mama named me exactly what I'm supposed to do. Come to snatch your goddamn edges right off your eyebrow. And don't play with it. But it's with love. Like you said, it's with love.
Yeah.
It's because I care. If I don't care, guess what? I'm gonna let your ass fall off the ledge. You can know it's a ledge there, or you could be lying flat on the goddamn ground. And that's one of the two. I'm just here to let you know that it's a ledge right there. Use my wisdom to impart that knowledge on you. You know, and if it hurts you, oh damn well, shit, drink some water. Fuck, you ain't. Did you die? No. Okay. It just don't feel comfortable, and I don't.
You protect them from death. You know
exactly. I'm preparing you for what it feel like. You know, it's not comfortable, but guess what? Learning how to get comfortable with discomfort is part of taking accountability, because it don't feel good to feel like, oh, I fucked up, because guilt, you know, but there's another side to guilt that people don't see and understand, and guilt secretes dopamine in our system. So to me, I've hijacked that program by taking
Mhm.
accountability and not having
Mhm.
guilt for it, but and I did.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
no, I don't have no shame. My mom used to always tell me, like, you don't have no
Mhm.
remorse. I'm like, why would I be regretful for the shit I did if I know I did it? It ain't
Right.
too many things
Right.
that I've done that I'm like, oh well, maybe I shouldn't have. No, I don't have too many. I would have to sit here for 10 minutes and think about it for you. You get what
But
I'm
the
saying?
reality
Because
is, you're not exempt, right? So the same
exactly.
wrath that you can give, like what people don't understand is like the higher the call, the higher the fall. So if there were too
Exactly.
many things that you were doing that was out of order, we would all see you pay for that. Like, do you understand what I'm
Exactly.
saying to you? Like,
Oh, and I
you're
done
not
paid
exempt.
for it.
Yeah, you're not exempt. You correction comes to the house first. You understand what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah,
Yeah, and I
I
done sat
got
in
you.
jail. I done sat in prison.
Mhm.
I done lost everything. I done had to
Mhm.
start over. And one thing I know is that because I am not, like you said, I'm not living fully in my purpose. So it'd be like,
Mhm.
no, start over.
Mhm.
No, try it again.
Mhm.
No, you good. It's okay. And one thing I don't do is never take it personally what God has
Yeah.
ordained for me. You know, because
Mhm.
it's mine, it's my journey, it's my
Yeah.
life, it's my path, and I
Mhm.
appreciate it because number one, it's for me. It's like a gift of life,
Yeah.
like that that
Mhm.
that is what is my underlying motivation, or where my discipline comes from, is the
Yeah.
gratitude just to live and have a chance to
Mhm.
fuck up. Like,
I
when I was
know.
doing my budgeting heavy,
Mhm.
I had a fuck off budget. I'm like, I'm gonna put
Mhm.
$200-$300 to the side just for me to just, I don't get to
Miscellaneous.
spend it here, just take it here, take it you
Miscellaneous
know,
budget.
I
Yeah.
can't tell you what
Mhm.
I spent the shit on. You know,
Yeah.
and to me, that's real. Authenticity is making space for
That's it.
your pristine and your
Mhm.
order, and also making space for your chaos, making space to
Yeah.
be stupid, or
I love it.
do make decisions that you know it's
Yeah.
probably dumb to make this decision, but fuck it,
And
so
that's
what?
everybody's birthright.
Yeah,
That's
that's your
everybody's birthright. Yeah, that's everybody. As a mother, because I got kids ranging from 23 to 13. Like, and
okay.
then I got small ones like 7, 11,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of thing. But
I
I'm
got
talking about my
6 of them.
daughters right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know that I was struggling, like this is me being accountable, right? I was struggling with the reality that everybody got to earn their own stripes. And so my daughters are getting older and they got to earn theirs. And I was going to try to deliver them with my money. And
Mm-hmm.
when I say I'm the most abundant creature I know, and when I had the thought and I started acting on it, like, delivering them from their evil ways,
Mm-hmm.
Chale, the way my money started dwindling, the way my money, and I laughed the other day because I was like, my son and my daughter is in this situation. I was like, and I actually can't even help them, which ain't never ever happened to me in all the years of raising these
Mm-hmm.
children, right? And I was cracking up because, we're not exempt from correction or whatever. And I
That's
was
right.
cracking up looking at the way that, the universe is like, nah, like they got to earn their stripes. You feel me? And the
Mm-hmm.
other day, one of my daughters who we're not struggling, we just have a different perspective of life, and I knew she was like, Chale, I'm like, what we talked about earlier, because you don't want to take accountability, now you live in the life that everybody living your life for you. And I'm like, bro,
Mm-hmm.
your mom is a G. Why you even going through that, right? Don't you know, I talked to her the other day and she was like, I'm starting to see that. And I was like, And I
Oh,
just asked questions inside of me because I'm also developing. I wanted to be like, I told you, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm also developing because she don't like
and
that.
I
And
would
that's
have
kind of
said
reason
it,
why she,
developed or not, goddamn it. And I
yeah.
didn't I say it? Who said? Oh,
But
okay,
but
don't this
check it out.
okay.
It
Mm-hmm.
was beautiful for me to see her have her own analysis and
Mm-hmm.
assessment
Her
about her own life
revelation.
and
Mm-hmm. Her
challenge
own
her own
revelation.
self to move
Mm-hmm.
differently versus me telling her. And
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
we want. We want self-governance. We don't want that it's all coming from me. Like, you
That's
understand
right.
what I'm saying?
No, you absolutely right about that. And creating a space
Mm-hmm.
and setting that example for your daughter to be even have
Yeah.
that in her awareness is one, a kudos to
Yeah.
you know, and a kudos to
Thank
her for catching on. Oh yeah, because first of all,
you.
the mamas, one thing I'm
Mhm.
big on is mamas. And I love the kids.
Yeah.
I got 6 of them, man. All of them ain't here with me. It's just
Mhm.
one with me, one with the daddy, 2 with their granny, 2 with their daddy. I'll be like, hi, bye, hi. Come on, let's take some
Yeah.
pictures like we do together all the time. Okay, and
Uh-huh.
moving on. You know, because I know that I have things that I'm here to do. I understand that my children
Yeah.
are uh uh upgraded versions of my family DNA. So it's up to me
Yeah.
to anchor
Yep.
that, you know,
Mhm.
and put an anchor
Mhm.
down for that, more them to uh a more grounded reality, if you will. So I know,
Yeah.
God, that y'all ain't about
Mhm.
to, y'all children ain't about to stress and worry me. Okay, y'all got daddies, we got a
Mhm.
support system, y'all got grannies, y'all got
That's
aunties,
it.
everybody
That's it.
understand. And I had to start getting over like the way that I was receiving support. You know, I didn't see it like, you know, I'm too worried about, oh, they think I'm this kind of person, so they holding my kids. I'm like, I don't give a damn what you think about me. You doing what the hell I need your ass to do. So thank you. Let's get it done. And I'm gonna show the gratitude
Exactly.
day
Exactly.
to day. You feel
Exactly.
me? And call it a day.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. And so I just love to see, I love to see women you know, in alignment with uh ushering in
Mhm.
this medicine. That's what I like to call it, this Christ
Because
energy.
it's
Yes,
sweet
And
medicine.
yes.
yes, and we
Mhm.
embodying it, and we are
Yeah.
passing it down to our children just on the day to day,
Yep.
whether we know they right in our face or
Mhm.
not. Our DNA and our connection that we have with them will never go away, and it's always going to be
It's the
there. And if
truth.
we upgrade, they
It's the
upgrade.
truth. It's the
Yes,
truth.
indeed.
And you know what I love? Like, as a seer, I saw, like, these download, what do you call them? Like, programs being programmed in, like, I don't want to say the minds of people, because I'm talking about myself, like, in me. So I've done a lot of like healing. And one morning I woke up and it was these rods. They look like iron rods that you can like plug into something, right?
Mm.
And I saw, and they were different sizes. And I saw them and they were floating. Like, as soon as I woke up, that's the vision I had saw. And I was like, and I'm always like, I touch it energetically and I'm like, what is this? And they were like the
Mm-hmm.
energetic programs. And it was showing me that I had some left inside of myself, that I still have some that I'm like working out. And I was like, cool. But there was no labeling to say it's this, it's that. But as time begun to go on, what you're talking about is what I'm starting to also understand. And I confessed it to my friend the other day. I said, I actually don't, I'm losing the wake up every morning feeling like I want to be somebody's mom. And it's so funny because as I'm also being called, like, I was in retreat space, but now I'm coming out because we in war. That's real, right? So it's like it's time for me to get back on this battlefield and do my role. And it's like I can't be burping no baby right now. I have to not have that in my. I gotta fight. You understand what I'm saying to
Mm-hmm.
you? And so, with that, the desire of being so maternal right now in this moment, it's shifting in a way that I've never ever experienced before. There's no guilt
Mm-hmm.
associated with it, there's no shame. My oldest daughter
Period.
said to me before I was even confessing it out loud, she said to me, she said, Mom, she said, more than half of your children, because I gave birth to 4, right? And I have 3 bonus. So there's a total of 7 children that I'm raising.
Mm-hmm.
And so 4 of them are grown practically, 18 and
Mm-hmm.
over,
Exactly.
right? And she said to me, my oldest daughter, she said, I just feel like, because she's been caring for me, meaning like sending me gifts and just really receptive. Like we went like this for a little bit, but now she's
Mm-hmm.
like, she's in life. And she like, my mama know what she's talking about. You know what I mean? So she has a different value of what I've always been saying her entire life, because now she has the experience, right? She's like, okay, I thought you was too much, but you was doing what was necessary to keep us alive out this joint. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that also makes me feel good. But she said something to me because she's such an expanded version of myself. She's amazing. And she was like, this is what I think. She was like, I feel like you at a space where more than half of your kids are grown. She was like, you got to give us the space to do whatever we going to do and to see for us. She was like, and we know how to come to you if we need some support. She said, but you ain't supposed to be worried about us. No, don't worry about that. And I had already knew it in my head. So knowing can be tricky, right? Like you can know to eat healthy, but to actually apply that shit is different, right? So like I knew that in my head, but when my daughter said it to me, something clicked in my heart. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Something clicked in my heart. And then I also just yesterday made a confession out my mouth. Like, I actually don't feel like doing this like this no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? I told my dude, like he was talking and he wound up going to sleep. I was like, bro, like, I was like, it's like they wait until because I have a business and I work from home. And I was like, it's like they wait until I start working and start acting a fool. And that I don't like divided energy. I don't like it. I like to give everything my undivided. So if I'm talking to you right now, I'm talking to you right now. I don't like to be working and then this person is they don't do none of that until it's time for me to work. And so that's why I'm like, the cares of this world. You know how they say like the sea can be choked out from the cares of the world. I'm starting to see energetically that they're operating in that energy, and I gotta just cut that thing off. And I've done it before. You know what I mean? I've worked that muscle out before, but it just feels like I'm in a season of about to be doing that again. And I told my dude today, I said, I'm about to be spending some time in the US. I gotta go there and get some things situated. I got some people I need to talk to. He just looked me in my face at the conversation we had yesterday. He was like, I support you. Whatever you want to do, I support you. Because he know when I get in my life. And I just want to be real about that. I think we carry a lot of hats. There's no doubt in my mind I'm a high priestess. You know what I mean? And I'm also a mother. I'm also a wife. I'm also a daughter. All these different things. And I don't walk around my house every day like, I am the high priestess. Give me water. That's just like, that's not happening. But I do know that there are, like, I think it's because I'm most multifaceted. All these entities are inside of me. And in different seasons of my life, one of them needs to come to the forefront to drive the car. And so this is the energy where the high priest is like, you better put that mother shit in the back seat. Because what we got to do,
it's time to be
you know what I'm saying to you, and right got no time for no mothering. You know, so I'm just embracing that. I know that that's coming soon, you know, with me just not being so. And I'm a hands-on mom. I'm kind of like Stepford Wife. I ain't gonna lie, but things need to shift because it's some stuff going on. This right now, this time right now, I feel so honored to be alive in this season.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I know, like my ex-husband, he is a revolutionary person who killed his revolutionary person because nobody receives him well. He's also 19 years older than me. So he was he killed himself internally, like his own spirit, because nobody wasn't trying to hear that. Exactly. And in my brain, I have like kind of sympathy, like I have what do you call it? What do you call it when you say empathy for him? Because I can understand, and like I said, he's 19 years older than me. So for me, I'm like, but I'm living in a time where, because I'm a farmer, people be coming to me for the medicine I make and all the things that I do. But there was a time where all that was taboo. And I didn't have to live in that. And that has been the thing that has been helping me bridge the gap between like mother wounds, father wounds, generational wounds that happen, because I start like, because I'm clairaudient and clairvoyant, I get to see the programs that were injected in different generations and where they stopped at. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
like where they
I get exactly what
you're saying. And so it gives me I'm so glad for that marriage because what it showed me was like every day I was married to him showed me of what I would look like if I just signed it all off and just was like, okay, I'll just be your wife. I would die. Like, because he's dead, legitimately.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was leaving him, that's what the battle was. He was trying to be like, no, don't live. And that's how I felt so I know people say that they don't like divorce and stuff like that, but I felt like staying with this nigga would be like the death
Detrimental.
of my spirit
Mm-hmm.
because he came
Mm-hmm.
to die in that way. When I'm talking about death, I'm always talking about to resurrect into something great. I'm a whole Aries. I rise is the name. Like you're not gonna have me dead.
Mm-hmm.
We're not dying just to die. We dying to resurrect. We, you know what I'm saying? We've seen this in it.
The bounce back.
And so my
Mhm.
spirit was like, you got to get away from this dude. And when I say he's in a resurrected space, don't you know my leaving him was what he needed?
Mm-hmm.
My leaving him was what he needed because he was comfortable. You understand what I'm saying, right?
Yes,
And now
girl.
I'm like,
I got
now
a
he's
situation right now.
he
Ooh,
is
I can't
like,
even talk about it because it ain't done yet.
yeah, yeah. Listen, now the way he see me, the level of respect he has for me now with leaving that nigga alone, he be like this, like if we on a basketball, John, he be like the nigga passing me the ball, like what you need, like you know what I'm saying? You about to dunk it, I trust you, hit the ball, like, and it's beautiful to me because I'm like, that's the role I need you to play. I don't need you trying to corner me and be like, you're my wife, and then that's all, and it's like, no, bro, like there was something that I came here to do for a season such as this. You know what I'm saying to you? For sure. Yeah.
Yes,
So I
I
don't know
feel
why I
it.
went into all that, but
But
yeah.
it's the spirit for it and the season for it, sis. And
Mhm.
I don't want to be here for too much time because, like I said, girl, we going to the beach
Mhm.
for Thanksgiving. So,
Mhm.
I'm finna take myself, get me and the children and packing his truck up. But I did want to thank him again, for
Thank you,
bringing me on.
boo. I
And sis,
appreciate it.
yes, I didn't get your name, sis, but I need all your socials so you can follow me and stuff, or I can follow
Yes.
you on them. And
Yes.
you in the group? No, I don't
Am
know.
I in the
We'll
group?
work it out. Yeah, look, we'll work it out.
Yeah.
I
I
don't know.
make sure Kim is the
Yeah, but
conduit. So I make sure she conduit.
that's right. That's
For
right.
sure.
That's right. And sis, what else you got planned for today? You just chilling
Girl, when we
online
get
or
this,
what?
we're gonna get some food. I'm hungry.
Okay, that's what I'm on. I'm like, I
So
need to eat
that's
something.
next step. We was gonna sit over here and cut cake, but I want to
Okay.
yeah. So I appreciate you. I love you. I send you peace.
Yes.
I send you blessings. I want nothing but the best for you. And thank you for coming to spend my birthday with me.
Yes. Turn up, turn up. And I love you too, sis.
Have
You
fun at
already
the
know
beach.
you've been around for the longest. So you one of my people. Whenever you
Girl,
need me, girl, just shout me out. I'm here. And I'm gonna have a great time.
I
Y'all
got
go
it.
get
I
some
got it.
food. And I will talk to y'all later. Peace and love.
Have fun at the beach.
And we'll
See
do,
ya.
honey. All right, y'all.